Good day, folks. Uh, what can I say? We are back. 2023 F1 Championship. And needless to say, we have the top 10 contenders. Excuse my French. Red Bull having their eyes set on the goal, looking to deliver another win for the season. Before we go into that, this is an introductory video for this season. So it's designed to be short, so please bear with me. But the key things I wanted to draw out, first obviously talking about the qualifying, was the short performance by Alonso. People that described him as an old man, perhaps should have retired. Some have said he should have stayed over in the States, continue to compete within the IndyCar format. But he came back. Last year was a bit of a muted year for him. We did feel his presence on the field, but we couldn't say it was an outstanding, presence that we felt. So that didn't quite dispel, the suggestions that perhaps he should have handed in, the gloves. But starting from qualifying on Saturday was just an absolutely outstanding performance by Alonso. And this performance carried through onto the race day. And before we get ourselves overly excited, I think we have to, perhaps to add a bit of measure to this performance, we would need to compare him to the closest person to him on the field, which would be his teammates. And I think we'll all agree that there was a reasonable distance between him and his teammate, both in quali and on race day. So, well done, Alonso. Welcome back to Formula One. And hopefully you stick around for a lot longer than most of us would expect. Well, then we move on to the silver hour. Like I said, I'm going to keep this really, really, really short. I just wanted to touch on a couple of things, that clearly comes to mind. It was a muted performance by the Mercedes team. I didn't quite know what to expect. It was exciting to see them in the all black, hence, the black t-shirt today. But then, did we get the Mercedes black performance, the black series, which Mercedes-Benz seems to pride themselves with in their road cars, the black series Mercedes. The performance was nowhere near a black series Mercedes. It wasn't bad, we have to say that, but it was equally not outstanding. To be almost embarrassed by a car that they supply the engine and gearbox to, as in Alonso's car, it speaks a lot. Is the king back as another king, King Lewis? I think it put up a reasonable show. The distance between him and his teammate, again in the same car, would suggest that he did a better job with the car. In fact, there was a car between them and a distance of close to 7 seconds, which is quite a lot in Formula One. And I think he did an outstanding job doing the pass at the beginning of the race and maintaining his lead over George Russell. Then I want to move on to our 2022 World Champion, Max Verstappen. I never really rated Max. I started rating him from last year, and I think I'm not part of the Orange Army, as you may well know, but the performance, again by contrast to his teammate, was absolutely brilliant. He's beginning to show himself as a world-class driver, and perhaps we need to start recognizing him as such. George Russell, don't really have much to say about George. I think I noticed sometimes, during the race when he went on to team radio to ask, to suggest that Lewis was being slow, and if he was, managing tires or he was slow. And I think team radio came back saying struggling. I think what I found quite interesting about our exchange was whilst Lewis was apparently struggling, the gap between him and George Russell will appear to be increasing, and increased right through to the checkered flag. So that brings me to the end of this intro email for 22-23. I hope you will continue to stay with us as we progress through the season. Again, welcome to Talk Formula One 2023.